The first time he saw her, she was drenched in blood. None of it hers. Sergeant Aaron Voss crouched behind the wreckage of a burned-out skimmer tank, rifle drawn, heart pounding. The city of Drelshire burned around him, smoke and plasma flares painting the alien sky in unnatural hues. Screams echoed through the urban maze. He hadn't seen any other human units for hours, and his communicator was little more than a piece of melted junk. Then she emerged from the mist, tall, silver-armored, and beautiful in the way a blade might be admired. Her skin was deep cerulean, almost glowing beneath the fires of battle, and her golden hair flowed like flame down her back. Blood, thick and dark green, splattered her armor, but she walked like a queen, unbothered by chaos. Aaron froze. She turned her head. Their eyes met. He expected death. Plasma bolt. A blade to the throat. But instead she tilted her head. And then she spoke. "You're not like the others." Her voice was low and melodic, precise despite the accent. Aaron blinked. You speak English." "I learned," she said simply, as if it explained everything. "You are injured." He hadn't even realized it. His leg was bleeding badly, likely shrapnel. She crossed the battlefield toward him, weapon lowered. "Why aren't you killing me?" he asked. "Because I already have enough death on my hands," she said, then knelt beside him. "And because you are holding a flower." Aaron looked down. Crushed in his left hand, held out of instinct not strategy, was a tiny bloom. Bright red and orange. Alien in shape but delicate. He remembered plucking it an hour before the ambush. It had reminded him of Earth. Her eyes lingered on the crushed petals. "You picked this." He nodded. It reminded me of home." She reached forward and, with the gentleness of a memory, took the flower from his blood-stained glove. She studied it. Then, to Aaron's astonishment, she whispered something in her language, and her eyes shimmered. And she wept. Tears rolled down her blue cheeks silently. She didn't sob. She didn't shake. It was tears. "I haven't seen this flower since I was a child," she said softly. "It only grows near the sacred river of my people. I thought the humans burned it all." Aaron's breath caught. "I didn't know." "I know," she said. "That's why I'm not killing you." Her name was Kaylani of the House Varshal, a warrior of the Travari High Guard, and descendant of ancient queens. The humans had called her the Storm of Drelshire, after her infamous last stand during the siege of the outer colonies. But to Aaron, she was just Kaylani, the alien who sat with him for 3 days, protecting him while he healed under a collapsed building, whispering stories of her world in the dark. The war had taken so much from them both. Aaron had joined the Earth Coalition forces to protect his little sister back home on Europa Station. Kaylani had taken up arms after watching her city vaporized by a human orbital strike. And yet, somehow, there was peace between them. A flower had opened that door. When the ceasefire came, it felt like a whisper rather than a shout. Months later, after diplomacy took the place of firepower, both Aaron and Kaylani found themselves assigned to the Joint Rehabilitation Unit on the rebuilt world of Salcaris, a planet meant to serve as a peace beacon. It was awkward at first. They wore different uniforms, ate different foods, spoke in different cadences. But on their second day, Kaylani found a small garden growing outside the barracks. It had been cultivated by human and Travari scientists. Kaylani knelt down, stared at the sprouts and whispered, "This is the one." She picked the flower, just like the one Aaron had once given her, and brought it to him with both hands extended. Now, it was Aaron's turn to be speechless. "You remembered," he said. "How could I forget?" she replied. "You brought beauty to a place meant for death." They spent every day after that together. Kaylani taught Aaron how to speak Travari, at least the polite kind. He taught her how to cook human-style pasta, which she insisted was a gloriously inefficient food ritual. They patrolled together, helped resettle refugees, and diffused conflicts before they could reignite. Still, peace was fragile. One night, a mob of extremists from both species clashed in the central plaza. Aaron and Kaylani arrived too late. There was blood, smoke, screams, and there, lying on the stones, was a young Travari girl, barely more than a child, clutching a burnt flower. Kaylani fell to her knees. Her shoulders shook, and for the first time since that battlefield months ago, she wept again. Aaron knelt beside her, put his hand on hers. "This world doesn't need more soldiers," she said. "It needs more humans who give flowers." The flower became a symbol. A tiny alien blossom, red and orange, tucked behind an ear or worn on a chest plate, began to appear among the peacekeepers. It wasn't official. No one ordered it. But it meant something. Promise. Kaylani began cultivating them. She started a proper garden in the center of the joint base. Aaron helped, though he had a habit of killing more plants than he saved. "I think they die because you talk to them too much," she teased. "They need motivation," he grinned. "I'm a good motivator. Spoken like a true warrior. Spoken like a terrible gardener," he said. She laughed. Not the restrained chuckle of a soldier, but the deep, genuine laughter of someone remembering what it meant to be happy. Then came the day she left. The Travari High Council called her home. Peace talks had progressed to the next phase, and her presence was needed on her world. She had earned her honor back. She had served beyond her call. But Aaron didn't want her to go. He met her at the launch pad, flower in hand, this time uncrushed, fresh from her garden. "This one's for you," he said. She took it slowly. "Eyes misty again. You gave me the first one in the ashes of war. And now I give you this in the garden of peace." She pressed her forehead gently to his, an ancient Travari gesture of connection. "I will return," she said. "Promise." "I swear it," she whispered. "And when I do, I want to see your flowers growing tall." 3 years passed. The peace held. Uneasily at times, but it held. The joint base expanded. The gardens blossomed. Aaron became a liaison officer, trusted by both species. He kept planting those same red-orange flowers, spreading them to every outpost, every city where human and Travari worked together. He never forgot her. He spoke her name in every meeting, told her stories to every child who asked about the garden's origin. He refused to let the symbol die. And then, one quiet morning, as he walked past the old patch of soil where the first garden began, he saw a figure kneeling in the blooms, blue-skinned, armor glinting under the morning sun. "Lunny." She turned, holding a flower in her hand, and smiled. "I see you kept your promise," she said. "I had a very good reason," Aaron replied, heart pounding. Kaylani rose and stepped close. "Do you have one more?" "A flower?" he asked, reaching behind his back with a smile. "Always." He offered it to her. She took it. And again, after all the war, all the loss, all the distance, she wept. But this time the tears were not of sorrow.